Hello everyone, it's Big Alski. Well, this is day 2, part 1. The reason that I do them in 2 parts is because, I need a little game break. I record certain sections and then I go put them together. After going through, Ultimate Ninja the first time, I just can't sit and play it, for a long time. So this gives me a little break. Plus, I don't have to record the voiceover for 45 or 50 minutes, however long, 2 videos, or the one video would be if it was all together. So again, it kind of gives me a break from the game and then a break from, recording everything. The second thing I want to say is I'm, sorry about it's a little too bright here. It's hard to see. My settings were set a little too high. I'll adjust those, for the next video. Some of the stuff is not going to come out very good right now. In this fight, just jump and shoot your arrows. I think that's about all it is. There's maybe there's another way to maybe zoom in on their heads or target them. I know you can, hold the trigger button to zoom in if you want, maybe shoot them in the heads. You might get some more points from that. Maybe that's a different way to do it. But on this fight right here, again, there's a couple ways of doing it. I usually try to jump on these guys' heads and then just flying swallow them, and then after I do that, equip the scythe to kill the rest of the guys and start a steel and bone chain. But I noticed that these guys, for some reason, seem to be easy to start the steel and bone, so I decided to try something a little bit different and focus on the dragon sword, and fight this fight with the dragon sword. Again, there's different ways to initiate the steel and bone. I'm not skillful in doing the whole slide, shuriken, to knock them off balance to slide and then followed by the Y. I always slide the wrong way or hit X or, something like that. So, I just kind of go with the combo till it starts and then, go from there. You'll see me, miss some things. This is almost, if I had to say, you could button mash your way through it. This might be a fight that you could do that with. Some of the other ones, of course, you can't do that. But, this, if there was a button mashing, you could probably, say this was the fight. One of the tips that I got from Chiwiga, who's one of the top players, on the leaderboards and, makes awesome videos, he was telling me that the reason that I was missing my OT is that I was trying to OT sometimes with X instead of Y. Now you can OT with both X or Y, but what he told me was that Y is the priority of the OT and X is not. So X will try to fight, start fighting the next guy or trying to attack the next guy instead of using Y to do the OT. Now even Ys are going to miss sometimes, but you'll notice that a lot when I'll miss it, and apparently that's the case. So it's just something that I'm going to need to work on. And if you notice, usually when I go to OT or UT these guys, I try to jump away, to get some distance from them, because I've, tried to jump in the middle of it and do it, and then they'll grab you or something like that. So, there's a instance of me missing the slide Y, of knocking them up in the air and missing the Y, same thing. I finally got it right there. So that's kind of what this whole thing is. I just fought the whole thing. Didn't use my Nimpo. See, again, another missed opportunity. But, hopefully this will reiterate the fact that you don't have to play super flawless or perfect, to get through the game. Now, one thing that I did want to mention, I work hard on these videos. It takes a lot of time to, capture it and edit it. Of course, playing through Ultimate Ninja is not the easiest thing in the world either. But, once I upload them, people can like or dislike whatever they want to do. But in order to really help me out, if you don't like my video and hit the dislike button on there, you know, please, you know, give me a reason why. The only way that I'm going to, you know, improve these videos if I get, you know, feedback, either positive or negative. So again, if you don't like my video, you know, at least say why, so hopefully, you know, I can improve something, or, you know, maybe I'm missing out on something, because, you know, these videos are to help the community. You know, they're not to show or show off, or, you know, all that stuff, because as you can see, you know, I'm not the most skillful player out there, but, you know, I can get the job done for the most part. So I really need your help. So that's really all I'm going to say about it. Again, you know, more of the jump on their heads, you know, the flying swallow, and then, you know, I'm going to go back to the scythe. I could probably, you know, try to chain some steel and bones, you know, with the dragon sword here, but I really like the reach of the scythe. So, you know, it's helpful to maybe kind of jump around and you know, get the you know, get the guys grouped together, so when it does connect, you know, you can, you know, connect everybody. You know, there's like 4 guys, and so you want to try to do that. You know, I let one of them kind of get too far out, so I missed him. But that's what this fight is about. You know, I've said a lot of, you know, things already, so sometimes there's just not going to be anything for me to, you know, to really say other than, you know, what we've already talked about. I believe that combo is X, 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 Y, Y. That really seems to initiate the steel and bone a lot with the weaker enemies. You know, again, you can shuriken, slide, you know, and then, you know, do the Y. And you see me miss, you know, right there. You know, maybe I pressed the X right there instead of the Y. Again, you know, it's something that I'm really thankful, you know, for Chwiga, you know, letting me know that, so I can be a little more conscious about it. And that's what these videos are for. You know, again, it's we need feedback in order to, you know, and to improve everybody's play. Now, you could probably kill these guys first, sneak up to them, and then, you know, shoot the rocket launcher guys on the other side, and then, you know, you could go over there and at least OT one, maybe both of them, but, you know, that's too much of a hassle to really do. So I'm just going to skip that, you know, or I'm going to skip, you know, trying to do that. I'm just going to kill them the way I did. Now, this fight right here, it's a lot of people, you know, have skipped it. Some of the videos that I've seen, you know, people skip it. So, I mean, it's a big pain in the ass. You know, the slowdown, all the explosions, you know, not being able to see anybody. You can jump up that ramp, you know, right there and, you know, get back out of it. So you don't have to fight this fight, but, you know, one of the things I said I was going to do is, you know, fight every fight. Again, I'm going to be jumping around a lot to kind of get an idea of where the enemies are, seeing where the, you know, the little explosion grenades land, so I can kind of get an idea. And then the 360Y with the scythe thrown in with some shurikens. Again, you know, this fight is such a pain in the ass because of the slowdown. I chain a few, you know, steel on bones here, but those guys like to drop the grenades, and they will blow up in the middle of your swing, you know, on your next, you know, chain of the steel on bone, and, you know, do a lot of damage. So it's kind of a, you know, crapshoot on when it's going to connect and when it's not, you know, in my opinion. Again, you know, I could be wrong on that, and, you know, that's the reason why, you know, I ask for people's, you know, comments and tips, you know, so I can pass this along. Now, I have my Nimpo ready, but I don't want to use it just yet until I, you know, kill a few more guys and, you know, feel like I have to use it. And right now, I don't want to just use it, you know, if I can just, you know, kill the guys and keep everything going. And see, that was me again, you know, pressing the X instead of the Y, and, you know, that's probably why, you know, I didn't connect with that guy instead of OTing. And so, you know, again, it's going to be something that I'm going to be working on the rest of this series. And it would be nice to, you know, Nimpo those guys and that be it. But of course, you know, there's like another second wave. That's the reason I waited, you know, on my Nimpo to use, because I knew, you know, they were coming. You know, some of the fights you couldn't even, you know, it got to the point where you couldn't even see Ryu or what was going on, or you could hardly move. It's almost like they just want to throw in everything that they can. But, you know, the good part about this is, you know, once we beat the game and, you know, fight all the fights, you know, we can tell Team Ninja, you know, screw y'all, you know, we beat your ratty ass game and all the cheapness that you threw at it. And that's a big satisfaction right there. You know, the delay sometimes of the weapon, you know, the weapon switching coming up is you sit there and you'll push it and it won't come up, and, you know, they'll just nail you for it. It's a little irritating. And also the switch back over to the scythe. I mean, sometimes it's taken 10 to 15 or more seconds, you know, to do that. It's a little frustrating. So again, that's one of the fights, you know, you could probably skip. You know, you just, once you fall back down, you can flip back up and you'll be okay. But again, we want to fight it to prove that we can, you know, beat their ratty ass game.
He doesn't even have a gun. There's nothing to fear. What can he do with just a sword? He'll run away with his tail. Got him.
You know, I did a little test where I didn't sneak up on that guy, and you know, had to fight him and kill him, and then, you know, shot the rocket launcher guy on the other side, and so I never had to jump off that ledge. But, you know, the guys can still shoot you from below, and you really can't do any damage to them. But here, you know, again, take out the rocket launcher guys, and then just do a lot of the 360, you know, with the scythe. You know, another way of doing this is, you know, with the dragon sword, and instead of doing the, you know, how you're doing the on-landing 360, you know, do the on-landing 360 with the dragon sword, you know, and that'll pick them up in the air to a Zuna drop. And then when you land, you know, you can do the slide wide towards the dogs, you know, to do the Blade of Neridi, or whatever it's called. And, you know, that's another way of doing it if you don't, you know, feel comfortable, you know, chaining the 360s, you know, with the scythe. Now you can chain that by, you know, just, you know, 360, and here I go, I try to get greedy, you know, right there, and then, you know, of course, you know, I get punished a little bit. You know, it's like you would think I would learn, but I just don't learn very well sometimes. Now I had a run there where I hit nobody, you know, on my UT, and they all just, you know, ganged up on me, and I died pretty quick. But here, I don't want to use my Nimpo right now until I know I absolutely have to use it. And again, I try to jump away to get, you know, the enemies to follow me so I can jump back into them. You know, I really want to group them together. Now that's something too that, you know, I don't understand. You know, you pick an enemy up and, you know, they fall out of it. And then, you know, usually whenever you fall out of it without doing the full hit, you know, there's an enemy on the ground waiting to, you know, to grab you. So that's frustrating to say the least. There's that move that I was doing. This pretty much, you know, starts the steel on bone chain. Again, you know, I'm trying to get my OT, you know, going and you know, killing these guys, you know, just trying to get those extra points. You know, maybe that's my downfall. So, you know, the dogs are going to come out here. Make sure you take out the rocket launcher guy. And then, you know, just try to get to an area where you can group the dogs, get them to follow you. You know, and then I let, you know, some of them get a little too close. So I missed, you know, missed quite a few there. But at least it did enough to, you know, take them out so they weren't so overwhelming. And always, you know, when you land, and, you know, always, you know, make sure you try to keep your block on, you know, because something's always going to be trying to grab you. But go up there and save. Switched over to the dragon sword. And here I just run down to the end to take out the rocket launcher guys. And again, more, you know, jumping on their heads and, you know, flying swallow followed by OTs. And that's all this whole fight is. Again, you might be able to chain, you know, some steel on bone, but, you know, I'm just going to take the easy way out here and, you know, do what I know works. See, you know, you can slide one time and you'll get your combo bonus. You know, combo kill bonus and your instant death and everything. But if you miss the one slide or have to make one extra jump, you know, you're not going to get it. See, I mean, I hesitated, so that time I didn't get it at all. So that fight's not too bad, just trying to, you know, just doing it that way. Now the alchemist fights, you know, it worked out pretty good. I'm going to use the claws and just do the Y to knock them down, followed by, you know, Azuna dropping them. Now, you know, some people were saying that you could do the running XX and it lifts them off the ground, but I think that's once you get, you know, in chapter 5. And then, you know, the third X, you know, will lift them off the ground, and then you can Azuna drop them. But I had a hard time getting that to work. But this goes about as good as it can go right here. You know, they all just kind of stand there. I think there's only, you know, one little mess up here, right here, you know, where the guy came through and kind of interrupted it. I remember it was such a hard fight the first time I played it without learning that move with the claws. But once you get that down, it, you know, it makes them all pretty easy.
They seem different than the others.
So I save and then go, you know, come in here to the bar, I guess, with the hands or the Marimasa music playing here by the jukebox.
I got you.
You know, another way, again, I've seen some people do this with the claws, the on-landing 360 with the claws. I'm not very good at that one. Again, you know, I connected with the steel and bone. I have no idea why it got dark right there. You know, there's a guy on the ground there. You know, it's bothered me that I, you know, didn't get a chance to OT him. But again, you know, once you know, get him in the air, make sure you land, you know, with the on-landing 360. Now, I didn't get, you know, all the way around, but it's enough to stun the enemies. Now, I don't think I got as many points as I did like the first time I played, because I was able to do a lot of the steel on bone chaining. Now, the bad part about that is you know, in between your steel on bone, you know, the guys that you know, killed, like all the guys that, whenever you do the UT, if there's any guys who've been delimbed and who are chasing you, they'll just disappear whenever you go to UT them. But anyway, the steel on bone, you know, it doesn't kill them, so they'll get up and, you know, try to suicide you. And if you try to get out of your steel on bone, you know, you're going to get punished. You almost have to get knocked out of it. But they'll jump on you in mid-swing and, you know, and just kill you. And there's really nothing you can do with the suicide. So here I just focused on, you know, just, you know, kill them to get through it and not really worry about the points. See, there's that one guy. He's standing there, but he'll jump on you if you're not careful, and then you know, it's done. You know, if you're a full health bar, it doesn't matter. He's going to suicide you, and you're going to be dead. And if you try to on landing real close to that mage, he'll grab you every time. You know, and the guys, whenever they do their little flips to try to jump on their head, you know, they'll grab you at any time too. You know, it's a little frustrating. So here I'm getting kind of worried because the guys are getting really close to me. You can see them there, and now watch them. They'll all be gone whenever I go to UT. See, they're all not there now. But if I didn't UT them, I could probably go OT them. But again, you know, they'll sit there and grab you out of it. So I'm just glad to get rid of them. See, there I go. I tried to jump to on landing and, you know, got a little too close and paid the price for it. You know, the best time to do that is when they're starting their, you know, to use their fire or, you know, whatever they do. I had a little glitch there on my my editing, so I think I skipped a few frames there. But you know, the score is the same. You know, nothing really different, you know, happened. I just ended up dying, and you know, had to start over again, or start over from when the door opened. Again, if you delimb these, you know, these ninjas, especially, you know, in I think chapter 5, you know, you got to make sure that you keep an eye on them because they will, you know, come and get you. And that's the reason I really kind of was watching what he was going to do so I could go get him. There's nothing like fighting somebody else. See, he was fixing to get me right there. So I know I've been repetitive on that, but I can't tell you how many times, you know, I've been nailed by, you know, one of these guys.
I reacquired your position in visual field.
Now, I was hoping I was going to get like a little, you know, steel and bone chain, but I was so far away. You know, these guys will get up too and get you, so you really got to be careful. You know, a lot of this is repetitive, but again, you know, we're doing what it takes to get through the game. So you'll see how I missed the slide. I miss. You know, I mean, that's the reason I'm awful at this. You know, I just missed that. I just, you know, it's very irritating. I know it's awful to watch, but it's awful to have to, you know, see it. So it's again, you know, something I need to work on. So you can see my settings are real bad right there. Now I've heard you could stay, you know, right under there, just kind of keep sliding forward to that, and you know, it won't kill you. But you know, it does me. You know, I'm sure I'm messing up or something, like, you know, maybe right there I came up, you know, my timing was off. So you've got to be careful. Now the thing is my health bar gets so low, and you know, even though I kill this guy, when I'm running to the save, you know, the helicopter guy who comes out and grabs you, it'll automatically kill you because you don't have enough health to shake him off. So whenever you respawn and have to run through that again, you know, the game gives you enough health, you know, to be able to kick him off. So at least that's the one good thing, and have to, you know, go back and restart like the whole save or something like that. You know, at least they do that. So you know, I skipped all this other, you know, stuff after I beat this guy and just go to the save. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in day 2, part 2. Thanks.